a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame pledge that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace. All right, y'all. Welcome. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Brother Tim, I'm tired, but I'm sipping on some ambrosia. And it's alive. Yo, I got a little piece of the SCOBY up in there. Hey, I'm running late, as usual, because I just left the job. And it's a marvelous thing when you have a job, and you could do a job, and you love it, and you could take your family with you on a daily basis. Sasha want to say hi to everybody, even though she's supposed to be asleep. Go ahead and say hi.
Hi.
Tell them what's your name. Tell them who you are.
Sasha.
Sasha what?
Delali.
What's your last name?
No.
All right, cool. She acting shy. All right. 1 minute she want to be a superstar. Next minute she want to choke. All right. Okay, cool. Go blow your nose, baby. All right, now, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Tim, and right now you are listening to Tribal Quotes, and this is a Heart of December production. And, of course, you know, we always strive to blow up those old paradigms. All right, fam, I think I figured out what was wrong with my call-in line, so you can feel free to call in now and we can make it work. All right, so let's get a little bit into the news before we get into the fat of the show. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on out there. All right, now in Des Moines, 2 officers were found dead, caught up in an ambush. I found, I like the Daily Show, at least the little snippets that they be showing on, excuse me, Sasha, I'm doing my show, please. The Daily Show. And he had a nice one on this morning called Indecision 2020. And envisioning the President Trump's first term. Very entertaining. Check it out. All right. The music and musing of DJ Jelford Chadbourne. He's always putting on some nice pictures. Check him out. That's all the latest news that I got up, you know, at this point in time. Now, I'm hearing things on the news. I'm hearing about things getting so bad in Greece for some of the Syrians that they are they're smuggling themselves back to Syria. Now, I want some of y'all to think about how bad something has to be, for you to just decide that you're going to go back to Syria. Hey, Sasha, can you go downstairs and give me some water, please? Yeah. All right. Just one, baby. Just one. All right. So, that's about it for the news. So let's get into the supporting companies that are helping us do what we do. Okay? All right, so first we're going to go here.
The word is spreading. More and more people are switching to Ambit Energy.
Well, one of my neighbors switched, and then I switched. Now the whole neighborhood has Ambit.
Who doesn't want to save money?
The word is spreading. Switching to Ambit Energy is rewarding in more ways than one.
I signed up and got a travel reward. That's nice.
Oh, I get to save on energy and on travel?
There's a cruise for two out there just a few thousand kilowatts away. I can almost smell the sunscreen.
The word is spreading. Ambit Energy even lets you earn free energy.
When I get 15 friends to switch, I get free energy. I have 15 friends. At least I think I do.
Hey, I'd be telling people to switch to Ambit anyway.
If you'd like to switch to Ambit Energy, listen to the following contact information closely. Then spread the word.
Get the word to spread and get to spreading that word. Gye-Nyame Journey is an independent consultant of Ambit Energy, and we are proud to do so. We are slowly but surely picking up steam in Columbus, Ohio, and as we acquire more customers, we acquired more ability to serve our community. So we are asking you to allow us to serve you as your energy provider. We are able to cover you whether you are in California, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Virginia, and or Washington, D.C. I know some of you ballers got several places in some of these in some of these states. You should allow us to work with you and provide you with your electricity as well as gas. Now, what do you get out of it? First off, you get savings. Second off, you get to know that you are paying a bill every month, and in paying this bill every month, you know that you are, in a sense, financing a nation-building organization. You're financing a nation-building idea. You're taking one step towards freedom, right? This is, and I keep stressing this, and I'm going to continue stressing this until I die. These bills, this gas bill, this electric bill, we pay them every month. Every month, these people go in our pockets. And if we don't pay, they cut off our utilities. Every month we pay these people. Every month. This is a necessity for life in the way we're living now. You can't really live in America right now if you don't have electricity. I mean, you can live, but it's not going, what type of life is it going to be? Right? Bring me that cup over there, Sasha. Okay. What type of life is it going to be? Right? You can live without gas. What type of life is it going to be? So knowing that you can pay yourself a little bit every time you pay your electric bill should be kind of a relief, or at least that some of that money is going towards something that's going to benefit you in the long run, right? Because a lot of young people that I'm working with, you know what I'm saying? You know, you want to keep them busy, right? Ambit not only offers you free energy. I want y'all to check this out. It not only offers you free energy by you helping get 15 people with you or up in the business with you, or get them to sign up. You get your energy free, the energy portion of your bill free. And like I said yesterday, man, we hustling people. We already know that we could pass that bill around. We could pass that free thing around. 15 people for every 15 months. One person per month get it, or one per. I mean, I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but you could work it out. Lastly, they also give you travel rewards. So every time you pay your bill, now check this out. There is no, and I'm trying to have. People been tripping on me because I've been pushing this, right? There's no contract. I mean, there's no contract. It's an opportunity for you to save money. You know that the money that you paying every month, you know what I'm saying, portion of the money is going to an organization or even to yourself, because you can sign on as a consultant and get out and hustle yourself and make some money. You know that somebody you know is getting a portion of the money, right? It's going back to a nation building organization. You have a possibility to earn free energy. And if you hook up with 15 of your friends and all of y'all get it, then at least 1 month out of every 15 months, you get some free energy. Or if you're just a hustler, you get free energy every month. And you get travel rewards. I mean, what more do I have to do? I mean, what else can I do? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else that we could do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do I have to give you the house that for the? I guess that would. Yeah. I forgot who I'm talking. Yeah, probably would have to give you the house. You know. All right. So support us in Ambit. Now, for those that are interested or that are on Facebook, go to Gye-Nyame. Go to facebook.com/GNJ Energy. Go there. Click the sign up button. It's going to take you to our rates and plan page. Our rates and plan page is gyenamejourney.myambit.com. And you can click rates and plans, and it'll take you straight to the page where you can type in and see how much money you will be saving, all right, on your gas or electricity. All right, next up, our next sponsor, of course, is this fabulous little company that I just happen to have a part of. It's called That Ambrosia. It's G&J presents That Ambrosia. Gye-Nyame Journey presents That Ambrosia. That ambrosia, right? That ambrosia. That help drink. That's good to sip on, right? That can help you, right? I am going to do a couple of articles. One is on the placebo effect, right? Because I want people to understand that this drink is only as powerful as you are. Yeah, fermented drinks have a lot of health benefits. Yes, the herbs that I add to certain drinks have a lot of health benefits. Yes, it provides you with energy. Yes, it can help clean your blood. Yes, it can help clean your liver. Yes, it can help protect you from cancer. Yes, it can help rid your body of toxins. Yes, it can help your hair grow stronger. Yes, it can help your fingernails grow stronger. Yes, it can help you lose weight. Yes, it can help you combat diabetes. Yes, it can help you do all those things. But the most important thing that I couldn't bottle is your mind state. Ambrosia, the food of the gods, is activated by your mind state, because you got to understand that this drink, unlike Coca-Cola, unlike Sprite, unlike Coke, unlike Pepsi, unlike root beer, unlike Hennessy, is alive. It has not been pasteurized. I have did everything in my power to try to keep it. That's why sometimes it jump out the damn bottle trying to get down your throat. You know what I'm saying? You have billions of organisms that are trying to get inside of your body and to assist you for once, rather than having billions of organisms trying to get into your body and destroy you. They want to serve you. So before you take a sip of that ambrosia, make sure you put your mental stamp on it. What is it you drinking it for? Are you drinking it just to relax? It can help you with that. What are you drinking it for? Energy. It can help you with that. What are you drinking it for? For health. It can help you with that. Right? You want to put down a habit. It can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? You want to pick up healthier habits. It can help you with that. But before it can help you, you have to help yourself by changing your mind state. All right. Now, on to the show. Oh, for those that's interested in getting some of that ambrosia, right? Now, remember, that ambrosia is a product of G&J, and is how we exchange, or how we say thanks for you helping us. So when you buy ambrosia, we send you or give you a thank you bottle of ambrosia. Now, if you're in a different state, you got to pay for shipping and handling if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just give because they see some of the good stuff that we're doing. They hear the radio show. They like the radio show. They like the camping trips. They like the adventures we try to take our young people on. They like the fact that we're working with young people. They checked out the books. They like what we're doing, right? So they support. Those people, if you want the ambrosia, I'll send it to you. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you got to take care of shipping and handling because then that'll break the organization, and I'm not doing that, right? But those that are in the city or within 25-mile radius, we will deliver that ambrosia to you on a monthly basis if you want on a monthly basis, or even if you just want to do it as a reward. So you go to patreon.com/GNJ and click on one. You can do the monthly thing is on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, you have the reward things where you pay a certain amount, you get a reward. And part of the reward, one is $5, you get a single bottle, which a single bottle is $7. But since you're buying it like that, I'll give it to you for $5. For $10, I give you 2 bottles, right? And also, no, I ain't gonna do it for 10. Then if you give 20, right? If you give 20, I give you a 4-pack, right? Then when if you buy 6, or you do, you give us $30, right? I give you 10. Now with the 10 deal, when you buy 10, no matter if you on a monthly piece, right? If you're on a monthly piece, if you buy 10 bottles per month, after that 10 bottles you buy, no matter how many bottles you buy, whether it's one more or whatever, it's still $3 for you. You on my wholesalers list. You know what I'm saying? You are on the permanent gift list. You get the gift to keep on giving. We're going to continue giving it to you for $30 because some of y'all got the vision for what we could do with this, because this is a billion-dollar business. And I know y'all like, Brother Tim, you taking over your show with the ambrosia, but I'm so excited about it, man. Y'all just, hopefully some of y'all can understand, right? Finally, I got a product. I have a product that that came through me. You know what I'm saying? I sat long enough, I struggled long enough, and finally my ancestors gave me something that can help the community. All right, next. Time to get into the Proverbs. So the lines are open. They still working. But since nobody's up right now, I'm going to go straight into the Proverbs. Once again, we're coming from the Potent Center. So last week I didn't do a show because I was blessed to have one of my elder brothers come in town. Chief Albino Garcia. He came and chilled with us. Shouts out to Albino. And we had a good time. I took the radio time because now, and this is what I want to stress, right? There's certain people that come into our life that when they come bearing gifts. The gifts ain't always physical. Some of them is just straight wisdom, right? And I'm always trying to get some more wisdom. I'm always trying to get some more stories because that's how we learn well, you know. All right, so I got my old man reading glasses on. And the first one this week, I think this is it. I'm gonna have to mark this. Say the knowledge holders, the center open forth for the imperfected. The part becomes whole at the center, say the knowledge holders. I think we did those. Say the knowledge holders, there's truly no expanding. Yeah, we did those already. So we're going to move to the next one. Centering opens others' eyes, say the knowledge holders. Centering is awakening. That's Proverb 1. Proverb 2. The uncentered self cannot agree on its direction. It is weak in force, said the knowledge. Girl, you will, You're not going to eat all that candy before bed. Wrap those suckers back up. See, I got to be a daddy on the radio. How dope is that? Put it up. It's time for you to go to bed. You might as well throw those away. She up here having a good old time. Woo. All right. The uncensored self cannot agree on its direction. It is weak in force, said the knowledge holders. And lastly, the uncensored self has given in to outer force, said the knowledge holders. It sends worship in the wrong direction. I had to take a sip of that ambrosia on that one. All right. So we're going to do it in the order that it was read. Them was some powerful one, but that last one, my people. Centering opens others' eyes, said the knowledge holders. Centering is awakened. First, centering opens. Listen. Other eyes. Centering opens, not others, but other eyes. Now, eyes are used to see. Eyes take in information, right? So once we center ourselves, we open ourselves to other ways of seeing. We become more aware. When we center ourselves, like, I always got to go back to my Kung Fu movies, or the show Kung Fu, and the recent show that I like, Marco Polo. Had both got blind characters, and these blind characters have centered themselves, and because they have centered themselves, they are able to see more than individuals who are sighted. These supposed blind men are able to do incredible things because they have centered themselves. They have found their calm spot. They have found the center of the hurricane within their life. And because they're sitting in the center of the hurricane, they could guide in which direction the hurricane goes. The same can be done for you. When we start focusing, as many of our ancient ancestors did, on centering ourselves, right? We open ourselves to the whole world. I gave a challenge to some of my kids because I read it in a book a long time ago. I think it was called The Dynamic Mind or something, where the author says something along the lines that if you can focus on the tip of a pen for 1 minute, you can rule the world. And as I tried to focus on the tip of the pen, other thoughts start coming up. I could never just totally focus on the tip of the pen. When you are able to focus on the tip of the pen, you have centered yourself. When you have centered yourself, you have now plugged into other senses that have long been asleep or may have never been awakened for you. Right? You have abilities. You know things that other people don't know, or you have instant information coming in that other people can't see. So the bottom line is, as a people, first off, as an individual, you need to center yourself. We need to start working towards getting centered. We need to start really working towards getting towards this potent center, as the title calls it, the potent center. Because in that center is power. And it empowers us to live the lives that we were meant to live. Not the lives that we want. Because oftentimes I'm starting to, in my short 48 years, I'm finally figuring out that all the things we want aren't always the things that we need. You know what I'm saying? And some of the needs that we think that we need aren't really needs at all. They're just wants disguised as needs. Right? So instead of saying living the life you want, living the life you supposed to live. Right? Because I'm one to believe that we all came here with a purpose. We just got to find it. And only through centering ourselves, or at least getting close to the center, can we
find our purpose. And once we find it, right, we could get that whirlwind spinning a little bit in that direction. I'm seeing a lot of people who might not be all the way centered, but they have been able to slow down enough. How do you center yourself, Brother Hatem? This requires you to really either, one, learn how to sit still and be quiet and shut your mouth for a couple minutes a day. Or maybe even you focus talking, like praying or chanting, focus talking. Not just random thoughts, but focus talking. Or doing some type of focused physical activity. Because there's plenty of physical activities that can help you fall into yourself. Right? A lot of times you find that as you get better at a physical activity, it occupies a certain part of your mind and it allows you to fall into yourself, because now a lot of the movements that you're doing, because you've been practicing it for so long enough, when you now could do it on autopilot, you fall into your center. And in that center, you receive power. And it says centering is awakening. When we center ourselves, we become awake. So right now, a majority of us right now are living our lives asleep, not awake. Many of you are living in a dream, except it's not the dream that you're supposed to be living in. As a matter of fact, you're living in somebody else's dream. You're sleepwalking. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why it's hard for some of y'all to get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to leave the dream realm. Or at least you think you live in a dream realm. But actually, you still sleep. I ain't gonna say you. We still sleep. We're working on it, right? Working on waking up. But let me warn some of y'all, right? Every now and then when those glimpses of being awake hit you, it becomes so shocking that sometimes you wish you stayed asleep. Go to bed, Sasha. Didn't I tell you to get that sucker out your mouth? So why is it still in your mouth? Go throw it in the trash can and good night. Everybody, Sasha says good night. Sasha, stop taking the last couple of licks. Put it in the trash can and good night. Go wash your hands and go to bed.
Okay.
I'll be up there in a minute. All right. So y'all got it? Start. I'm just sending my baby to sleep talking to y'all about waking up, right? Wake up. Wake up. You sleepwalking. Once you center yourself and you really, because really, centering opens other eyes, said the knowledge holder, and centering is awakening. I want you in bed, Sasha. Matter of fact, leave that stuff right there.
Okay.
Go to the bathroom, get some tissue, blow your nose, and good night. Now you do all that upstairs. Do it in one foot. I want all motion going this way. No, not the downstairs bathroom. I want you to go upstairs and blow your nose and go straight to bed. All right. So centering is awakening. So it's time for you to start moving towards your center, right? You're not gonna find your center in your job. You're not gonna find your center in your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find it first in you, and then it will open up everything else. So you got to take that inward journey, the most dangerous journey that you ever take. The scariest journey you ever take. Because in order for some of y'all to get centered, you're going to have to go past some of the traumas that you experienced in your life. You're going to have to run past some of the wreckage that you left in your life. You're going to have to go through some of the horrors of your life. because they all are keeping you away from your center. Let me explain this to you, man. Your ego does not want you to get centered, because your ego is plugged into this world. Once you become centered, you become powerful and you become a threat. And it becomes very hard to eliminate you. Very hard. They can eliminate you while you still sleep, but it becomes very hard to eliminate you while you're awake. Right? All right. I know some of y'all like, oh, they could poison you, they could kill you, but it's a little bit deeper than that, man. I mean, it's a certain force that is around you that protects you. I mean, you could walk almost anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I done walked in cities in the darkest of nights, hoping I knew where I was going, just because something told me I needed to walk. I made it. All right, but the point I'm trying to say is a certain energy that comes around you when you are moving. At least, even when you just start moving towards your center, you become more powerful. All right. The uncentered self cannot agree on its direction. It is weak in force, said the knowledge holder. When you are uncentered, being uncentered comes with being confused. Being uncentered comes with being indecisive. You don't know where you're going. You're lost. You are in conflict. The 5 parts of yourself are in conflict. Your intuition is going off, but your mind is saying, I ignore it. Your emotions are high. You know what I'm saying? But your body says, nah, I'm not going to, I don't feel like it right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, your spirit is just floating around. All of the parts of your being are not in harmony at all. They're not working together at all. So it's hard for you to decide on a direction. You don't have a compass. You don't have something guiding you. You don't have something near. You know, at one point in time, we was able to have teachers to kind of help nudge us in the right direction or to challenge us to push through. But a lot of us, we don't have those type of teachers no more. We have employers. We have mates as lost as us. We have teachers, people that we call teachers, as just as lost as us. Right? So once we center ourselves, our direction becomes clear. And because we have our attention and our focus on the direction we're going in, there's no confusion. There's no hesitation. It's like individuals that are centered, once they start moving, it's like magic. It's like watching a dance. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and like, unfortunately, we can look at some people who are centered in business, right? Once they get going, you can see it's like, wow, everything they do is like, damn, you like, wow. This motherfucker started with an online business. Now this motherfucker sending ships to Mars? The fuck? What? You know what I'm saying? This dude looked at peanuts and came up with that many products? What? You know what I'm saying? But if you really want to look at it, look at somebody that's really good. I mean, because right in America, a great analogy for this is individuals that's in the flow in sports. Look at some of the highlights of some of the great athletes. Great boxers, great football players, great basketball players, great tennis players. Look at them in the flow state. Right? When their whole being is there. And we are drawn into this. And our attention to the individual that is centered powers that individual. That's like that person is at the center, the heart of the storm. And everybody that's watching it, he is able to draw their energy in to make what he does even more incredible. I mean, I know some of y'all have seen it. I've seen it with certain football players. You know, they will get into such a state that as the crowd cheered, and it wasn't that they were showing off for the crowd, as the crowd cheered them on, and they can hear or feel the energy from the crowd, it's almost like during that time, they were almost untouchable. Seen it in fights. The uncensored self cannot agree on its direction. It is weak in force. And I have seen somebody that wasn't centered throw a punch. Oh, God. Throw a football. Take a quiz. Take a test. Run a business. I have many of me, including myself, when we go out and we try these businesses, we're uncentered. We're not totally invested. Invest, right? Invest. We're not totally there. And because we're not totally there, the indecisiveness is there. So when you go to make the sale, people don't want to, I don't want to buy nothing from somebody that's not certain about what he's selling. Don't know, hasn't done the research, hadn't invested the time. You don't want to talk to nobody like that. Hell, you could do that yourself. Hey, there's enough information on the internet that, you know what I'm saying, you could lightweight learn about anything. So somebody that's not really sure about what they're talking about, you could pick that out. You know, but then, have you ever ran into a salesman that had a passion for what he was doing or what she was doing? Incredible. Make you want to spend money. Matter of fact, some of you have bought shit from people that you didn't, with money that you had to borrow because the shit they sold you sounds so good that you knew that you had to get it. I ain't talking about you, some of y'all that's selling dope, because some of y'all honestly believe that selling dope is you don't have to talk nobody into buying no goddamn dope. Come on now. All you need is in a lot of cases, all you need is a plug and an okay team, and you're gonna be all right. But you can't do the same shit with cars. You can't do the same shit with washers. You can't do the same thing with books. You know what I'm saying? You can't do the same thing with ambrosia or soft drinks and stuff like that. You got to sell that shit. Well, some soft drinks, you ain't have to sell that no more. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's enough one in that. Weak in force. I like that. It is weak in force. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's amazed by a weak force. As a matter of fact, we try to avoid weak forces. All right? We discard weak forces. We ignore weak forces. We want to be overwhelmed. And that's what a center person does. And it's almost a thrill for us because, as a matter of fact, somebody is centered when you see them. It's like they make you feel good for contributing your energy to what they're doing. It's almost as if you're getting as much benefit as them. And in some ways you are. They're truly engaged. They're teaching you something. Right? They're not thinking about whether they left the stove on at home. They're not thinking about what their spouse is doing. They're not thinking about what type of car. They're totally there. And many of us, we're never totally anywhere. We could be on the job, but we're not totally there. We could be sitting with our spouse, but we're not totally there. We could be looking at the phone and not totally there. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep on trying to tell y'all that this society is designed to break our concentration down, break our attention down into small pieces so that we could never put it back together. There's always something distracting us. And we got to teach ourselves, we got to start teaching our children how not to be distracted. How to be focused. You know what I'm saying? Because this system we live on thrives on weak forces. It thrives on uncentered cells. Because you can't agree in a direction. So somebody need to give you need a strong man to give you directions. You need a great pumpkin to tell you what to do. You know, I had to slide that one in. Because next Tuesday, I think we voting, right? Right? And the great pumpkin is selling you hope too. Just like Obama, he sold you hope. Right? Alright, last one, and then I'm going to let y'all go to sleep. The uncentered self has given in to outer force. Say the knowledge hope. Oh, now check this out. The uncentered self. When you are uncentered, you have given in to outer force, right? Now, the definition of the self is the absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of a being that are not influenced by external circumstances. Now, you can't be operating your true self when outside influences are telling you who and what you are, right? The uncentered self has given in to outer forces. Most of us out here have given in to outer forces. We haven't centered ourselves. See, because I hear some of these right-wing people talking about, I'm living on my principles, blah, 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 and, and that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, it's good to be principled, right? But, it's like it's still outside of you, right? And in a sense, that's defining you. See, because the quest that you go on throws you into an abyss. It throws you into the abyss within yourself. It throws you into doubt. It throws you into confusion. And in the midst of all this trouble, the true you is able to rise. And then the true you is able to take up the mantle of your principles, of your culture. But most of y'all are skipping the whole quest part and jumping straight into the garb of the principles, straight into the garb of the culture without being tested, which means that you have given in to just an outside force. You're not contributing to the outside force. See, when I'm talking to my young people, when I'm talking to those that are in Gye-Nyame as an adults, and then we're talking about the principles of Maya, we talking about the principle of Guza Saba, it's one thing to talk about what these principles do for us, but the next question that we have to be willing to answer is, what are we doing for the principles and with the principles? These are tools outside of us. You don't take a drill and put it inside you. You know what I'm saying? You use these as tools to help you build your life. You know what I'm saying? To help you build the life that you're supposed to live. But before the principles, you have to discover you. See, you make the principle don't make you. The adventure makes you. The quest makes you. Right? And you'd be like, Brother Tim, that's outside forces. I'm not talking about the adventure outside yourself. Many of you are so fearful that you can't even close your eyes without going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to face your pains. But it's only through your pains that you can make it to your center. It's only through the dark forest that the warrior is able to be made. The man is being able to be made into the warrior. It's only by going through the desert that you could become the desert of your soul. Can you become the warrior? It's only by you climbing the mountain of obstacles that you are able to be made into who you are. And those mountains, that mountain, that jungle, that desert is not out there, it's in you. And by you going through that, you make who you are. So now, when you approach the principles, you're adding something to it. And what I mean by adding something to it, now, when you talk about truth, you understand why truth is important, because you've been in a situation or been placed in a situation where this principle may have actually possibly helped you in your life, helped you in your adventure. You've seen it. You've seen actual truth. You've seen what it looked like. So now you can add something to it. And what I mean add something to it, when other people see you, they not only could hear you talking about truth, they could see it in your actions. Because you have become it. All right, now, I'm going to go and knock this out. Now, this is another piece about the uncensored self that I really want y'all to think about. It says it sends worship in the wrong direction. Black folks. What does that mean? The uncensored self not only is asleep, right? Not only is it weak, it's sending worship in the wrong direction. We who work with young people can see this all the time. We can see our children looking up to people that they should not be looking up to. They're sending worship in the wrong direction. We who work in a professional field can see this all the time. We can see individuals in power being worshiped by others, and they shouldn't be. They're not worthy. They're sending worship in the wrong direction. Many of us who belong to churches sometimes can see people looking up to a pastor. That they should not be. They're sending worship in the wrong direction. Many of us who are involved with real religion can see people sending worship in the wrong direction. Many of us in our financial situations right now understand that we are sending worship in the wrong direction. Our lives is being tore up because we're sending worship in the wrong direction. Now, let's do this real quick. Because I don't want to just I don't want to make nothing up. I don't want to piss somebody. I'm already going to piss somebody off. But let's look up the word worship. We're going to go to the handy dandy dictionary that I have an app for. And I'm going to type in WORSHIP, worship. Definition: reverent honor and homage paid. Now here they say to God or a sacred personage or to any object regarded as sacred. Reverent honor and homage. Formal or ceremonious rendering of such honor and rendering such an homage. Adoring reverence or regard. The object of adoring reverence or regard. All right, let's look at synonyms for it. Synonyms for worship: honor, homage, adoration, idolatry. Honor, venerate, revere, adore, glorify, idolize, adulate. Let's go back to the definition. I want to do something else. Let's go back up. Let's look at the origin of worship. The origin of the word worship, worth is in there. Worth, variant of worths, worthship. So actually, worship, the root, listen to this. The root of worship is worth. Good or important enough to justify. Many of us are putting value or putting worth on the wrong thing. See, this is why I tell people, most people in America, although they say they Christians or Islam, even in the let's go worldwide, so y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, are really closed atheists. They don't really believe in God. You know what I'm saying? But they worship the economic system. Good or important enough to justify, having a value of or equal in value to, having property to value or amount of. We're sitting worshiping wrong. We're looking for value in the wrong things. Because we're looking for value and we're looking for value in the wrong things, you know what I'm saying? We missing the true wealth. We're sending worship in the wrong direction. The way we spend our money, we're sending worship in the wrong direction. Hell, I mean, Dr. Claude Anderson been screaming that shit for about 30, maybe 50 years now. You're sending worship in the wrong direction. Do you not know that where you spend your money is where you worship? Ooh. Put that goddamn goddamn Gucci bag down, or that Fendi bag. Put that goddamn hair down. You worship. That's worship. Brother, I tell you, what about your ties? Well, a lot of those I got at the thrift store. So, you know, I cheaply worship. You know what I'm saying? I look for all the bargains that I can, right? Now, but I need y'all to understand, we got to be conscious of this. Where we spend our money is where we worship. This is why when you go to church or you go to the mosque, you have to donate. You're worshiping. Your money is just as important as your song. And I know some of y'all don't want to hear that. Because you can't build a church on prayers. Even in the ancient days, when they used to do sacrifices, the sacrifices, a portion of the sacrifice went to feed the priest and the poor. Worship. It's not worship, it's worship. Value. Your values are in the wrong direction. Because your values are in the wrong direction, your life is moving in the wrong direction. Because your values are in the wrong direction, your children are moving in the wrong direction. Because your values are in the wrong direction, your community is moving in the wrong direction. Because your values are in the wrong direction, going in the wrong direction, your country is going in the wrong direction. This public service announcement has been brought to you by Brother Hatil. I'd like to thank you for joining us for this. Let me go and mark these for next week, so we won't have to be stuck. Where Brother Hatim is stuck at the beginning of the show, trying to remember where I was. I'm sorry I didn't send out an invite, but I like to. Y'all need to know that most Wednesdays, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't say every Wednesday because I wasn't here last Wednesday. But most Wednesdays and most Tuesdays I'm doing a show. Tuesdays I'm doing Folktale for grown folks at 9 p.m. And on Wednesdays I'm doing tribal quotes. So get up and tune in and let's talk. See, because I'm sitting up here throwing all this out, right? I want to know what you think. Some of y'all out there is hiding my lessons, man. You know, y'all being stingy. Y'all not going to allow me to get my blessings. Next week, I think we are going to do 4. We're going to try to do 4 Proverbs because that will finish up the chapter of the Potent Sinner. I want to thank everybody out there, and I want you to consider supporting the journey, whether it's through Ambit or whether it's through giving money and receiving a gift in return, right? Either way, just support Gye-Nyame so we can keep on building. We need some new tents. As a matter of fact, we raised some money. We're about to go out and we're about to purchase some more tents for next spring because we're going to do a camping trip. And I think the first camping trip we're going to do this spring is going to be within the city so that everybody can make it out. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? Because don't come with no bullshit, please. All right? But we're making it so that everybody could come so we can make sure people know how to set up tents. People know how to start fire. You know what I'm saying? People know how to prepare food. out in the woods. So we're going to do it within the city, right? Because we have a lot of land available to us within the city at this point in time. So we're going to take advantage of that. And we're going to have a nice little campfire. We're going to, have a tent so people can do it. And we got enough tents. We should have enough tents by then, possibly to do between 60 and 100 people. All right? So I want to thank you for taking the time to tune in, whether you're tuning in live or whether you're tuning in as on a podcast. And with that, this is Brother Hatim, and I am out.